So thank you guys for being here, and we're going to get started. We're going to bring up Jay Kinder. How many of y'all enjoyed Jay Kinder yesterday?
Yeah.
He's going to get this room rocking. You guys are going to hear things you've never heard before. They're going to change your trajectory of your life. That's going to make things easier for you. He's going to share with you. He has the playbook to really help agents. He's an agent for agents. So that's what we do together. We all just work together. We humbly go along with it, and we just try to do our best. And then when we do our best, we all shine. So thank you for being here again, Jay. Come on up, hon.
All right. All right. Big hand for Jay.
How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing today? All right. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this because you guys, did you guys get what I was telling you yesterday about lead generation? Right now we're in one of the most fascinating times, and this all aligns to agent attraction. How many of you are obsessed with building an income, a passive income? We all should be, okay? And so this is really an interesting, first of all, I want to tell you where we're at as a company. I've been here 8 years, so I've seen the ups and downs, and it's been a little bit of a roller coaster ride as the company grew, right? And so when I went to Cabo, who was in Cabo? Anybody? Cabo was awesome. Cabo was awesome. But when I was going to Cabo, I was moving back from Puerto Rico, and every once in a while I had this little nervous twitch, like entrepreneurial twitch, where I want to do something kind of crazy, and I always have to check myself. But when I was coming back from Puerto Rico, I met all these really interesting people, and they're, we get to know each other, and they're super rich, a lot of them. But every time I had to explain revenue share, I was like, oh God, I gotta explain this. So I would explain it, and they would be like, that's the most amazing thing I've ever heard. And I'd been invested in apartments and all these different things, and I'm looking at these multiples, and I'm looking at my revenue share group. I'm like, this is the most amazing thing that's ever been created. There's nothing like it. Money, passive income that multiplies. There's no other industry, there's no other opportunity I've ever seen in my life that has passive income that multiplies, that doesn't have a capital investment attached to it, right? And so it really is the opportunity of a lifetime. But the last 3 years, it's been a little bit harder to recruit at EXP, for being truthful, right? We had all these, I call it the Me Too movement, but we had all these Me Too companies coming along saying, we're gonna be the next EXP. That's not a proposition. They don't have a place in the industry. They're just trying to be like us. And those companies, when we were at 18,000, who was here when we were at 8,000 agents, 10,000 agents, 12,000 agents, right? It wasn't perfect, right? And we're growing, but we were growing through the growing pains, right? So the company was growing, and we're like, man, we really need to fix this thing. And we had a voice, but we were still growing, so we made it through that time. All of our competitors in the space, and we all know now that every company is going to have rev share, every company is going to have stock, everyone is going to copy us from now on. We are the gold standard for real estate brokerage, right? And so, but all these Me Too companies that have tried to survive are now hitting headwinds like they've never hit before, and they're facing mega loss, agents leaving, and attrition without all the people that you need to be able to support the system. And so we're seeing people that it's a boomerang. They went, the grass isn't greener, they're coming back. And we're seeing this, like I've never seen as many people coming back and joining as we are right now. And so we're in this unique time where the next 3 to 5 years, we're gonna add 100,000 agents to this company. I know it's happening because I look at my calendar every day, right? Like I'm on calls, 14 calls a day, 3-way calls. I haven't done that since 2017. So when I tell you I know it's coming, it's coming. It's happening, it's right now. The next 3 to 5 years is the opportunity of a lifetime. Do not miss this opportunity. And so coming back from Puerto Rico, I had been iterating on this webinar that I'd been doing. Again, I had built these systems to help the agents get into production that I talked about yesterday. And it was working really well for the agents, and I'm seeing all the testimonials, and I'm like, man, this is just crushing. And so I said, we should use this as a way to have a conversation with an agent. And one of the hardest things to do in agent attraction is to have a conversation about EXP. If you talk to 10 people, the minute you say EXP, what happens, right? Like, they're like, oh, nope, don't want to hear it, don't want to hear it. And so I said, we got to be able to get past that because they have a preconceived notion of what it is, but they have no idea what it is. That's the truth is they have no idea what it is. So we have to approach agents with where are they and where are they trying to go? Does that make sense? Nobody joins to me, I think an agent looks at it like this. It's like, I'm over here trying to figure it out. You want me to just come over there and try to figure it out? Right? Like, there's nobody actually helping agents. And so I had this crazy idea. So what if we could scale the implementation? And so I started testing this webinar. And you can watch this webinar if you want to copy it, use it, leverage it. You can go to honeybadgerpartner.com, select that you're not at EXP, so you see what people that are not at EXP will see. And if nothing else, you're going to get some nuggets for how you should be thinking about how we do agent attraction. I'm just approaching right now it's $100,000 a month. It was $50,000 a month when I started. It's leverage my $100,000 a month marketing and implementation team to double your business in 12 months. So when they get to the end of the webinar and they find out, listen, all you got to do is come over to EXP and you partner with us and we implement all of this for free. Everything I talked about, we do that for every agent that onboards. That was a huge lift for me, and there's not a lot of things I'm scared to do, but scaling that and being able to offer that at scale for every agent was something that was not easy to do, but then ChatGPT came along and made it infinitely easier with ChatGPT workflows. It just got better and better and better, and so that's the offer that I use in the marketplace. The cool thing about co-sponsor, and this is a game changer for the company if you understand, there's a million ways to use co-sponsorship. You should always be looking at what does the agent need, who do I know that can help, right? And it's not, every person has a different situation, a different challenge, and a different place they're trying to get to, and there's probably someone that can help you that you've never worked with before, and that's how you should be thinking about co-sponsorship. In many situations, it could be having a community, if it's someone that's not in your marketplace, a community that they can become a part of and be connected to. For us, it's the lead gen part. What I've learned is that real estate agents, most of us, all of us in the room, if I add 2 deals, 3 deals a month to your business, it's probably going to solve most of your problems. That's the majority of real estate agents in the country. And so when it comes down to another thing I want to share with you. So if you go to honeybadgercosponsor.com, I share part of what I talked about in Cabo, which is the opportunity right now is the biggest opportunity that we've ever seen. But I also talk about how you can leverage that offer. And we built this on Go High Level, and I was in Puerto Rico. I was there by myself. My wife had bolted on me. She was done with Puerto Rico. So I was there by myself. I'm doing these calls. I'm running this webinar. And I did 10 calls that day with strangers. Like I'm running cold traffic to it. They don't know who I am. They watch a webinar. They get on a call with me. And I went 9 for 10 in license transfers from people off of the webinar. And I didn't tell anyone. I was like, no. Yeah. I was like, no, man, I'm not telling anyone because that's not normal. I've never seen that happen before. It was an anomaly. And so I went back to iterating. I'm listening to the words they're saying. And let me tell you what real estate agents want. They want implementation. Everything I shared with you yesterday, go try to do it, right? Have you logged into Facebook before? Have you logged into YouTube and tried to build a banner? I've never been able to put a YouTube banner up that my face isn't above the fold. I don't know why. It's just hard to do. It's not what agents are good at. If we can give them a strategy and then implement it for them, then they will move brokerages. People will watch this webinar. First of all, it's easy to invite to. And so if anything, if you're inviting to live events, great. If you're inviting to the first thing we did at EXP was we came and we said, we're going to just use all the coaching training, join this Monday call, join this Tuesday call, join added value, right? So that was V1. V2 is now, how do you actually help them? If we actually help people get more business, meaning how do I get this agent that just joined to day 30 and have something under contract? The quickest way possible, what's the way that I can do that? And what do we do to help them implement that? And so you can now leverage my team, my offer, all of that to do that. And that was something we could never do before. I was scared to do it, but to be honest, it's been the most amazing thing that I've ever created. So definitely check out both of those if you want to have leverage. It's the fastest way for you to start attracting. So when you invite someone, so how many of you are doing 3-way calls, inviting to watch a video, using 3-way calls as a leverage? It's the number one thing you can do. If you're not doing, I do, for me, and in this co-sponsor partner.com, honeybadgercosponsor.com, when you watch that video, there's I went and dissected the entire organization and how it grew, and I looked at every leg, and this was before co-sponsor, so I'm just looking at how do we grow, who are my leaders, and how do we double? That's what I was trying to do. And when you look at your organization, on the way to 50, it's all about what you do, okay? So how many of you are at or below 50 right now? So right now, it's all about invite. And I got invited to speak at interestingly enough, a network marketing conference. It's called the American Network Marketing Pros or whatever. And EXP is on their list on this association as a direct selling company, and it's one of the top ones that they recommend in network selling. We don't consider ourselves that, but they do. And so I'm like, I've never spoke. I'm not a network marketer. I'm not really sure that I'm the one you want speaking. They're like, no, man, I watched all your videos. You got to come speak. So I'm backstage with all these network marketers, and I realized we're like cavemen that discovered fire, okay? That network marketers are playing a game completely differently than we are. They are all about invite, invite, invite. And I'm standing backstage before I go on, and these are all people making millions of dollars in network marketing. I met a lady that came up to me. She's like, yeah, in network marketing, this is a real thing. Yeah, my company did this, and it went to zero, and I was making $1 million a year, but I'm back, and I'm going to do it again. Just build it up again. I'm like, what? How are you not devastated? Like, she was excited to be there. And I was like, my gosh, like, it's a really tough industry, but they play the game differently. And it's all about invite, invite, invite. On your way to 50, it's going to be all about what you do. Okay, it's going to be about you, invitations, and it's about saying the least amount that you can to get somebody to consume an offer. That's it. It's the least amount of information. The more you talk, the more you'll lose. And how many of you have experienced that? Okay, so the more you talk, the more you lose. And so he said, man, there's three words that I learned that helped me build this multi-million-dollar empire. It's like, are you interested in more health, wealth, and happiness in your life? Well, nobody's going to say no to that. You got to check this out, man. Like, that was it. And he was laughing about it, and I was like, it really is that simple. It's about how quickly you can get somebody excited to take a look at an opportunity. As soon as you know that somebody is looking for something, like, man, I've got something you got to see. Enthusiasm sells. You're not going to believe this. And if it's not about EXP, they don't shut down. If you do that to 8 or 10 people and you send them something that says EXP, they're going to not watch it. That's what we're experiencing today. And it's because they think it's a lateral move. If they understood it's not at all a lateral move, this is where you come to build your business, they'll consume it. And so the webinar that we use is how to leverage our $100,000 a month marketing and implementation team to double your business in 12 months. They will watch that. So if you invite 10 people and you get 8 people that say no, it's very discouraging in agent attraction. So there was something else I was going to say about the network marketing. So anyways, it was an incredible thing that I saw. That what we're not doing really well is we're not having the number of contacts per day. It's the same thing in real estate, right? What did I tell you guys yesterday? If you have increased conversations per day with people that want to buy and sell, and you'll sell more real estate. Does everybody believe that's the actual that's the truth, right? Conversations per day with people that want to buy and sell and are open to doing business with you. If you have more of those, you will end up having more sales. It's the same thing with agent attraction. Conversations per day with people that are open to moving. They don't even have to be open to moving brokerage, because honestly, most people aren't until they see it, right? It's just open to trying to grow their business. If they're a little bit hungry, a little bit humble, and hopefully humble and a little bit smart, then they're going to come, right? And so it's all about the invite on the way to 50. Once you get to 50, it's about leading leaders. And you see a lot of leaders here in the room. You see a lot of the same faces at all the same events. We're consistently coming to events, and we're identifying who our leaders are. You're not going to get to, once you get to 50 to get to 100, you don't get there by more of what you did. You get there by identifying 3 people in your organization to go do exactly what you just did. Does that make sense? And that's a shift that I saw. And when I was dissecting the org, I was like, man, they got stuck at 100 because they weren't focusing on leading their leaders in there. You didn't get to 50 without somebody at 7 or 8 or somebody at 10 or 12. And you're not going to get to 100 unless you help them double. And that's where the shift has to happen. Really, it's between, I would say, 50 and 150. It's all about leadership and leading your leaders, getting them involved, getting them to events, getting them follow the process, getting them leveraging 3-way calls. At that point, it starts to shift to you doing 3-way calls with them. How many 3-way calls are in your calendar? For me, at this stage, the number of 3-way calls that I do is what I determine whether I'm growing or not. And so I do 12 to 14 3-way calls every single day. And more than that, probably, because I do them before my calendar's open at 9 to 5, but I do them before and after too, just when people need them. And so that's what makes a difference. And and there's been days that, like last Monday, I went 9 for 10 again. 9 for 10 license transfer, because the offer is better. The offer's better. What people want is they want implementation. They don't want to have to log in and figure out how to do Facebook ads. And all of them have paid Zillow, Realtor.com, and all of these different lead portals. How many of you have all paid a ton of money to all these lead providers? Probably some of you still paying. I talked to somebody last night who was paying $4,000 to Zillow still, right? And so, cancel that. Cancel it. If you can generate leads at $3 to $5 cost per lead, you would never pay Zillow. What's happening right now with AI is it's the biggest opportunity for us to become more efficient as a business. That's what's happening. It's more efficient for us to lead generate because you can really dial in your marketing. And what are the 2 biggest inefficiencies in real estate? Lead generation and lead conversion. What are these portals going to do? What did Zillow do before? They tried to start a brokerage. They spent hundreds of millions of dollars building a call center to make the calls because the agents wouldn't make the calls. What do you think they're going to do when AI starts making the calls? They're already taking 41.5%. If you're building your business on that, and this is the thing I wanted to finish with, is what I'm most excited about. The teams that are out there, I had a call with a 300 unit a year team the other day that was on Zillow Flex. And I said, man, the thing that scares me the most, because I don't know how you're profitable with 41.5% referral fees on most of your business. Like, that's, having built a company and doing lead gen and all that, like, I was in Lawton, Oklahoma, so it was never profitable no matter what I did. But it's really difficult, unless your average is 750 plus, to profit when you're giving 41.5%. As Zillow and these other companies, now Rocket as well, all these companies are they're gonna leverage AI. Think about how when somebody calls you and it's AI, right now, the way that we treat that is like, oh, it's AI, click, don't want to listen to it. How do you treat ChatGPT? Like it's God, right? Like, I talk to it like my best friend. Like, I tell it everything, And but when you get a call, and this is what people haven't figured out, and it's coming in the next 90 days. I know 2 or 3 people that see this that are already on this. AI is going to make the call 100% of the time. We as agents can't. If you have a team, if it's you individually, you just can't do it. It's impossible. And you can still get 25, 30% contacted rate with good technology, automations, and all of those types of things, even with the AI chat, things of that nature. But when AI is making the call, they make it 100% of the time. So the contacted rate goes up. So you get a huge lift in contact rate, which means you get a huge lift across every other bucket in the funnel. Does that make sense? If you increase contacted rate, you're going to increase conversations, you're going to increase conversion across the board. AI is there will be a point in the next 90 days when you answer the phone and you're grateful it's AI. You guys follow me? That's gonna be the new normal. It's gonna be, and what's gonna happen is agents that are enabled with AI are gonna become more efficient. They're gonna generate 100 leads, they're gonna talk to 40. When they talk to 40, they're gonna set 20, 10, 12 appointments. They're gonna get 6, 7 reps signed, and they're gonna go sell 3 or 4 houses with the same ad spend. That's what's gonna happen. So the super cool thing about right now is we built a system to help the average agent, the masses, 85% of real estate agents need. If we can help them do 1 or 2 deals a month, we solve their biggest problem. We do all the implementation, we do all the onboarding, we build all the ads, we manage all the ads, we train them like a Navy SEAL, we turn it on, we manage their brand, we build their branding, and we do their content. The content behind that is the only piece they have to do, and to be honest, we could have AI do it, but it's better if it's you, right? So that's solved. What's coming next is gonna be teams. The teams are the least efficient. They're the ones having the biggest challenges. Teams and independents, what we can do to make them more efficient. Most agents, once you get to the large team, the biggest inefficiencies are on the agent side. It's on agent making their calls. Anybody have a team want to agree that this is the biggest challenge? It's agent productivity and agent efficiency. And Lee was talking about it yesterday, and like, you got to be a machine. You got to be listening to their calls. You got to have them role play. You're doing all these things to try to get them to do the thing that they should just do anyways, but it's a lot of work to do, and it's still super inefficient. In the next 90 days, probably to 120 days, we're going to see AI start to take over that initial phone call, and it's going to be just as smart as an agent and be able to have a conversation that you would have with them as the best possible agent. And I listened to one the other day, and I got off the call and I was like, I've trained thousands of agents, and I don't know one agent that would have done what AI was able to do in that call. Like, it would be a miracle to get one. So the efficiencies, when you look at AI, think of where the biggest inefficiencies are in a business. That's where it's going to give you the biggest leverage. And it's going to be with lead generation, our ability to generate leads at a low cost. And it's going to be with lead conversion, ability to make contact and have a conversation with someone and get it to the agent. It's not going to replace the agent. It's never going to replace us. We've seen hundreds of millions. Somebody said it yesterday. Hundreds of millions of dollars has been invested over the last 5 to 7 years. Oh, this was Jared James when I was in Scottsdale 2 days ago. And hundreds of millions of dollars. If you've watched CB Insights, all the money was invested. Purple Bricks, all these companies, they all tried to come and disrupt the agent. Did they not? Look at us though. We're all still here, right? They're not going to replace the real estate agent, but the AI-enabled agent is going to become the most efficient. And if you look at what other companies are doing, they're all struggling. We're the only company that's moving forward, growing, and that's profitable. And these other companies are all struggling because they're models. The legacy model, there's no money in the legacy model. Go look at the debt that Anywhere has. All these companies, they're dying. They're literally it's like organizing chairs on the Titanic. These agents are all coming, and they're all coming in the next 3 years, and they're looking for the safe haven. And if you adopt the mindset of how do we help them, how do we help you close more deals, solve the biggest challenges in your business, and that's the lens you look through, and partner with the right people, you're gonna recruit, the masses are gonna be coming. And so all I can encourage you to do is be a student of the game. If you're not studying, study what I'm doing. If I'm not the right partner for you, that's cool. But if you want some help, I'm happy to be your partner. I'd love to help you grow your business. I'd love to let you leverage my systems to help you grow. And it's a shameless plug, but to be honest, I owe it to you because I know what we've built and I know nobody's building it, right? Like unless you got $100 grand a month and you're investing it into helping agents, you really can't compete with an offer like that. But now we can partner together. Before I had to play within my own sandbox, now I don't. Now I can help anybody that wants to partner with me. That's a really cool opportunity within EXP. And so I challenge you, first and foremost, make a goal, have a vision, do something daily that's related to agent attraction. Have conversations, meaningful conversations, trying to understand what people are trying to do, and get them on a call with somebody that you know and trust that can help them, and you will watch your revenue share go through the roof. We're about this, again, one last thing, and I'm done. We're in the slowest time that we've seen since 95. 4.06 million home sales is what we're on track for nationally. That's about right where we were last year, which was the lowest we've seen since 95. It's not gonna be this way forever. It's gonna pick back up. And when it does, revenue share picks up with it. We're down 40% the last 3 years, 40% 2 of those years, we were down that much. So it's like significantly down. When things start to pick up, everything picks up with it. Agent productivity is gonna pick up, and I ran this through ChatGPT, and the prediction over the next 5 years is that we're gonna have 30% less agents, and we're gonna have more productive agents. The AI-enabled agents are gonna be productive, and they're all gonna be at the company that provides the tools and the training and has the vision for leveraging AI to help them become more efficient. So that's what I wanna share with you guys. Hopefully that was valuable and helpful. I appreciate y'all, and I'm here all day. So.